15 says it's a bake sale. So members of a youth group held a bake sale to raise money for the summer trip. They sold 30 cakes. So let's use C for cakes. So it's 30 cakes. And then plus 40 pies. Plus 40 pies. Pies would be the P. And 200 giant cookies. So plus 200. I'm going to put G for giant cookies. And raise a total of 684 with 50 cents. Okay, so see, I'm adding 30 times the number of cookies, 40 times the number of cookies. This is the amount, right? It's the total amount here. It says if it says a pie costs $2 less than a cake, and a cake costs 5 times as much as a giant cookie. So we need to set up the equation. We know that total amount here, that equals, when you multiply the number of cookies, the price for the cookies, times 30 number of pies, times 40 giant cookies, times 200, the amount is 684 with 50 cents. So this is kind of like the cost equation. That's the price of everything together. It says each pie cost, so pie, $2 less than a cake. So in terms of the cost is $2 pie, so P cost $2 less than the cake. So C was a cake. And the cake cost 5 times as much as a giant cookie. Okay. So how are we going to write that equation? That would be cookies is 5 times as G, right? Like that. So I have my 3 equations right there. Then you just have to put it into, let me make this a little smaller so that I can have more space. I just need to put that into an augmented matrix. So the augmented matrix could be C for cakes, and then it's 40, and then it's 200, and then it's 684.50, like that. See those 2 equations, this here, if I set it up as a system of equations, I need to put the C to the left and then this number to the left. So that would be P minus C equals -2, and it would be C minus 5G equals 0. So I'm moving the stuff to the left so that I can put them into a system of equations. So on the augmented matrix, I should put a 1, and then what else? Am I going to have a 1 on the first one? No, right? The first one is cakes. Cakes, pies, and giant cookies. So cakes should be what? Listen. -1, so it should be -1. And then the second column is for pies, which is going to be 1. And giant cookies on that equation? 0, and that should be -2. Now, the third column should be how many cakes? 1. Any pies? 0. Giant cookies? -5, and that is 0. So that is the augmented matrix that you need to work with. And then from there, what you need to do is we can approach it by working it out as a matrix. And as a matrix, I want to make this thing smaller. Okay, there you go. So that's the augmented matrix. So you want to have that as the augmented matrix. Now let me show you. So we have part A, we have part B. part C says solve the systems of equations, interpret your solution. So we can, remember what is it that we need to do? We keep the equation in terms of C. Is the first one in terms of C already? The second equation? That one's already set, right? So the third one is the one that we need to, is that in terms of C? No, let's go ahead and change the third one in terms of C. So P minus C equals -2. We could have just move the C, right? So you move the C, so the second one is already in terms of, so it's C minus 2. And then the third one was C equals 5G divided by 5. So then G equals, can we say that is just 1/5 C? C divided by 5 is 1/5 C. So now that we have those two equations in terms of C, we can go back to the first equation, and we're going to have 30C plus 40 times C, P, but P is C minus 2, and then it's plus 200G, but G is 1/5 C, and that equals to 684.50. And then we just distribute. So when you distribute, we're going to have 30C plus 40C, and then it's minus 80. 200 times 1/5 is dividing 200 by 5, so that would be 40. So it's 40C equals to 684 with 50 cents. Then we combine all the C's, so it's 30 plus 40 plus 40. That would be 110, right? And then minus 80 equals to 684.50. We add 80 to both sides. So it's 110C equals, let's add those two numbers, 684.50 and then plus 80. Did you get 764.5? Did you get that? Yes, okay. And then we divide that by 110. 764.5 divided by 110. So what did you get for the price of the cookie? Of the cakes. Those are the cakes. $6.95. So C is $6.95. Okay, so then what we can do, we can go back and plug it in into the other two equations. So for the P, so the pies are going to be $6.95 minus 2. So that would be $4.95. And the giant cookie would be 1/5 of $6.95. So divide that by 5. So how much is the giant cookie? $1.39. Number 16 through 21. 15 through 33. Okay, let's, on the second set, is asking, determine whether each of the matrices is in a row echelon form. Do you think number 16 is? Yes, I'm going to go over the even numbers, then you can try the other ones. How about number 18? What's the problem with number 18? A 0. Underneath the first one needs to be a 0 for that to be augmented. Yes. And how about for number 20? Is that an augmented matrix? No, it's not. What's the problem with that? The first row. First column should be a what? A 1. So you need to get rid of that first column, and then that would be an augmented matrix. That would be okay. Okay, so now, on the next set of problems, numbers 22 through 29, it says solve each system of equations using Gaussian's or Gaussian-Jordan elimination. So number 22, let's try number 22. It's supposed to be 22 through 33. So let's go ahead and go to number 22. The problem is 2x. Okay, so let me copy it. Number 22 is 2x equals negative 10y